Hour of the Gospel Hour. Now stay tuned for the first hour, first news hour of the new year. The Caller and Report coming right up here on AM 590 WCAB Rutherford, reaching 10 counties with the mighty 590 signal. Thanks for making WCAB a radio station of choice. Stand by for news.
NCN News. I'm Mike Rayleigh. ISIS is now claiming responsibility for the attack on a nightclub in Istanbul that left 39 people dead and more than 70 wounded. A manhunt is underway for the gunman. He has not yet been identified. Sanjan Gohel is a terrorism expert at the Asia Pacific Foundation. He says the revindication is not surprising.
The modus operandi in terms of the tactic, the target, the location, the timing, all fitted into something that ISIS would want to focus on, especially trying to inflict a mass casualty attack.
Josh Stein is officially North Carolina's new Attorney General. Stein, who served in the state Senate representing Cary and Wake County for 7 years, took the oath of office Sunday afternoon. He replaces Roy Cooper, who he served as a senior deputy administrator for from 2001 to 2008. With the General Assembly in Republican hands, Stein says he understands there will be friction.
There are going to be times where we see the world, we see policy, we see the law differently, but I think that as long as we approach those differences with mutual respect, we can serve the people well, and that's what I intend to do.
Police are looking for whoever shot and killed a man in East Charlotte overnight. Officers responded to an assault call just after midnight in the 6500 block of Monroe Road. New Year's fun, political statements, or maybe a little bit of both? KCBS TV's Craig Mills reports on a new look for a Hollywood landmark.
Altering one's appearance in Hollywood is nothing new and sometimes produces disastrous results. But someone altered the look of the Hollywood sign overnight and, frankly, got rave reviews.
That's pretty funny.
Hollywood became Hollyweed overnight. High in the Hollywood Hills.
They did a good job changing the Hollywood.
That's awesome. LAPD told us there is security camera video.
You're listening to NCN News.
At Smithfield's Chicken and Barbecue, people ask us, what's the secret to your supremely good Southern fried chicken? It's no secret, it's Juicy Bird. What a great word, Juicy Bird. You know, sometimes I say it and it sounds absurd, Juicy Bird. Now, here it is, slurred, Juicy Bird. Say it without smiling, try it, and then taste it. And your mouth is going to smile too, Juicy Bird. Juicy Bird.
Break away from the everyday to Smithfield's Chicken and Barbecue.
North Carolina lawmakers head back to Raleigh. There's a new governor in town. They'll be making big decisions that affect your wallet, your business, your kids' education. To keep up with those decisions, look to Carolina Journal. Available each month as a free newspaper and every day with updated stories at carolinajournal.com. Carolina Journal is your go-to source for news about how government affects your life. Visit carolinajournal.com today.
U.S.-Russian relations go into limbo between two administrations, putting out very different signals.
I'm Tom Foti. President-elect Trump is back at his New York headquarters after his holiday vacation in Florida. High on his agenda there this coming week, a briefing by intelligence experts on why they think Russia messed around with the U.S. elections by way of cyber hacking. Mr. Trump has expressed doubt about that. Democratic Congressman Adam Schiff thinks he shouldn't.
All of the members of the intelligence committees in Congress, Democrats and Republicans, none of us have any question about this. The only one who does, apparently, is Donald Trump.
Congressman Schiff is a member of the House Intelligence Committee. He was on ABC's This Week. Tom Foti, CBS News, Washington.
Currently, North Carolina and New York are the only two in the country that automatically prosecute 16 and 17-year-olds as adults, regardless of the offense. A commission made up of members representing legal and law enforcement perspectives held their final meeting and declared that raising the age in North Carolina is a top priority. Ricky Watson with the Youth Justice Project at the Southern Coalition for Social Justice tells us,
this time we might see this actually happen because we seem to have a good deal of bipartisan support of people across the aisle, in addition to people that represent the district attorney's office, sheriff's association, that we haven't probably seen in the past.
Some people get bombed on New Year's Eve. Luckily, one Ohio family didn't.
New Year's almost came in with a real bang for a family near Toledo, Ohio. They could have had a blast. They were cleaning out the home of a relative who recently died and stumbled across a live hand grenade, World War II era. Something that's been happening more and more around Toledo for some reason. Police say you shouldn't take it to a police station, but rather call 911, which is what this family did. The bomb squad showed up. Crisis averted. Mike Sugarman, CBS News.
Get your message to the thousands. Call the WCAB Sales Department today at 287-3356.
From ABC News, I'm Michelle Franzen. ISIS is claiming responsibility for the attack at a popular Istanbul nightclub. A gunman went on a shooting spree that killed more than 36 people celebrating the new year. The attacker's still on the loose. More from ABC's Tom Rivers at the Foreign Desk.
The assault was relentless. Nearly 200 rounds were fired into the defenseless crowd. In the wake, at least 39 dead and some funerals taking place today in Istanbul. ISIS, on a recognized website, has claimed responsibility. Among the victims, most were foreigners. Many wounded are being treated, including a 35-year-old American from Delaware.
In Baghdad, at least 22 people are dead after a suicide bomber blew up his vehicle in a bustling market area and at a checkpoint in Sadr City. Dozens of others injured. President-elect Donald Trump is expected to get briefed on Tuesday and could learn more about Russia's cyber hacking. The president-elect has raised questions about Russia's involvement in the U.S. election. President Obama returning to Washington today from his presidential vacation. He hands over the reins to President-elect Trump in less than 3 weeks. But first, the president will hold a major farewell speech on January 10th.
In an email posted on whitehouse.gov, President Obama says he's working on his farewell address remarks, adding that he's following the lead of George Washington and many other American presidents. Mr. Obama says this is a chance for him to say thank you for this amazing journey, to celebrate the ways the American people have changed this country for the better these past 8 years, and to offer some thoughts on where we will all go from here. Stephanie Ramos, ABC News, Honolulu, Hawaii.
The penalty phase beginning this week in the trial of Dylan Roof. He was found guilty in the slayings of 9 black worshipers at a Charleston, South Carolina church. The jury will now decide if he should be executed. Roof is representing himself. A judge has ordered a hearing on his mental competency today ahead of the start of that trial. You're listening to ABC News.
Hiring is the most challenging part of my job. It's really hard. The searching, the sorting through resumes. Most people don't have the right experience.
We started using ZipRecruiter about 3 months ago. Right from the start, you could tell it was going to make hiring a lot easier. One click and my job was posted to 200 plus job boards, all the top sites.
All of the candidates came to my dashboard, and it's easy to compare them. Thumbs up if I liked them, thumbs down if I didn't. No emails and attachments, printing up docs, phone calls, none of that.
And I couldn't believe the number of great applicants we got. I had the person we needed within 1 week. I don't know how we hired before ZipRecruiter.
Whether you're looking to fill one position or 20, find the best candidates with ZipRecruiter, where your job is just one click away from 200 plus job sites. ZipRecruiter, the fastest way to hire. And right now you can try ZipRecruiter free. Just go to ZipRecruiter.com/ABC Radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/ABC Radio. ZipRecruiter.com/ABC Radio.
You can make some money saving New Year's resolutions this year. ABC's Derry Albinger says there's one that might surprise you.
Making New Year's resolutions? Wallet Hub has 5 financial ones to consider this year for fiscal fitness. Analyst Jill Gonzalez says the first one may be one that you've already made. Get in shape. Here's why.
The average person spends about $4,300 on health care each year. That's almost 10% of our total expenditures.
And that number could get a lot larger if you're not watching your health or if you have unexpected medical bills. Also, the healthier you are, the lower your insurance tends to be. Daria Albinger, ABC News.
As of New Year's Day, it's illegal for veterinarians in the Canadian province of Quebec to perform certain cosmetic procedures on dogs.
For decades, it's been common practice for some dog breeders to dock tails and crop ears to make the dogs conform to the look required in dog shows.
We know that this is a cosmetic surgery only. They are painful procedures.
Veterinarian Erin Stiles says she's thrilled because the new law will save puppies from unnecessary suffering. The operations are usually performed within days of birth and without anesthesia. But some breeders are angry, saying they'll just take their puppies to the U.S., where the practice is still legal. Danielle Capelli, ABC News, Toronto.
This is ABC News.
We all know that life can get a little hectic. That's why the mattress you sleep on determines whether or not you hit the ground running each morning. With a Beauty Rest Silver mattress, you'll wake up refreshed and ready to go. Beauty Rest Silver pairs sophisticated design with intuitive features like dual cool technology fiber designed to keep the mattress cool and fresh, and back care support. Embrace the day ahead. Get the sleep you deserve. Get Beauty Rest Silver.
I'm Michelle Franzen, ABC News.
North Carolina Tractor Supply, your Massey Ferguson dealer in Rutherfordton, has some really great ideas this year. This could be the year for you to get that Massey Ferguson you've been wanting. Stop by today and see what Massey Ferguson and Phil Sheehan at North Carolina Tractor Supply have for you. Check to see if you qualify for 0% financing. Today could be your day at North Carolina Tractor Supply, Railroad Avenue, Rutherfordton.
We'll finish the weekend cloudy and cool today with rain and rain showers likely, especially morning to midday. Highs about 51 to 57. Plenty of clouds tonight after a lull. Rain and rain showers increasing again. Lows in the mid-40s to low 50s. Looks like we'll have mostly cloudy skies Tuesday. Warmer tomorrow with rain and rain showers and maybe a gusty thunderstorm. Those rain chances decreasing after midday with highs in the upper 50s to mid-60s. I'm meteorologist Mike Moss in the Weather Center.
Thanks very much, Mike. Good morning, everybody. Welcome and Happy New Year. This is January the 2nd, 2017, 6 minutes after 7, and cloudy, rainy conditions outside at 45 degrees. Expecting to get up about 54 for a daytime high today with a 100% chance of precipitation. And then tonight, rain likely again, about 90% chance. Clearing out of here a little bit tomorrow afternoon. We have some rain again in the morning, but by tomorrow night it should be just partly cloudy. And the iffy part of our forecast comes in here on Thursday night and early Friday morning. The iffy part I say because Thursday night it says partly cloudy with a slight chance of rain and or snow. Lows around 27, but only a 20% chance of precipitation. Friday morning, that would be early Friday morning, partly cloudy with a slight chance of rain and or snow. Highs around 41. And only a 20% chance of that happening. Then clearing out of here, partly cloudy for Friday night and Saturday. Partly cloudy, highs around 39 with a wind chill value as low as 25 and light wind. Meanwhile, you can enjoy the rain this morning. And again, Happy New Year. We're being kind to Wayne and Elaine Harden. It's their 65th wedding anniversary yesterday. They live over in Sandy Mush. I want to wish them a happy anniversary and many more happy returns. Now I have these death announcements. Mr. James Townsend Jimmy Tanner passed away December 27th. A memorial service to celebrate Jimmy's life will be held at First United Methodist Church Saturday, January the 7th at 2:30 in Rutherfordton. Following the service, there will be a reception at the home of Phil Tanner, 226 Pellinwood in Rutherfordton. Again, that's Jimmy Tanner. Melba Ann Hoyle Powell, age 70 of Forest City, died Saturday, December 31st at Rutherford Regional Medical Center. The funeral service will be held at 11 o'clock today in the Paget and King Chapel, with Reverend Bob Philbeck officiating. Burial will follow in the Alexander Cemetery. Visitation will be from 10 until 11 o'clock prior to the service at Paget and King. The Paget and King Mortuary is in charge of the arrangements for Melba Ann Hoyle Powell. Those are the death announcements we have this morning. You can get the complete information on these and others as they become available to us at 11:35 this morning, and then again at 5:10 as part of the afternoon report here on WCAB in Rutherfordton. Well, we had a losing weekend for sports here on WCAB. Yesterday, the Buccaneers beat the Panthers 17-16. Then on Saturday, Georgia Tech beat UNC 75-63. And Friday, Stanford beat UNC 25-23. Now this evening, we have Fast Talk at 7 o'clock and Panther Talk at 8:05, and I'm sure they'll be discussing yesterday's game. Then Roy Williams live at 9 o'clock this evening. I'm sure they'll be discussing the weekend games as well. Join us for Sports Talk tonight on the Most Talk for the Foothills, WCAB in Rutherfordton. Just a reminder also, due to rising cases of flu-like illness, Rutherford Regional has announced limited visitation at its medical center. Limited visitation means children and teens are discouraged from visiting the hospital at all. Adult visitors and family members should be limited to next of kin and close contacts. Visitors who do not feel well should not visit the hospital at all. Those who do visit are asked to use good cough etiquette, such as coughing or sneezing into a tissue or into the elbow, not into the hand. Those who are coughing will be asked to wear a mask when visiting, wash hands, or use hand sanitizer thoroughly before and after visiting the hospital. So keep those notes in mind and protect yourself and others during this cold and flu season here in Rutherford County.
Hey folks, a new Silicon Valley startup could change the way your pizza is made and may change the food industry forever. Zoom Pizza, Z-U-M-E, has gotten rid of a key business component that all their competitors use, humans. When a pie is ordered, the pizza goes down a conveyor line and robots add the ingredients. And more innovations are coming. Soon the pizza will actually be made inside the delivery vans, on the way to the customer's address. Each van's equipped with robots, 56 remote-controlled ovens. They await approval from the Santa Clara County Department of Environmental Health. Alex Garden, a co-founder of the startup, comes from a background in video games, and he says that the company's goal is to become the Amazon of food. It could be extremely profitable, he says, if they can bring their innovations to others in the food service industry. Now, if this works out, he's right. One big reason, the robot workforce doesn't complain. You don't have to worry about them showing up late or needing family time off to take the dog to the vet. Robots don't take maternity leave because they don't get pregnant. They're not confused about their gender, nor do they demand special rights to express who they are that day. And they're not going to demand $15 an hour to make pizza or anything else. A whole lot of companies would want a slice of that business model.
Investments in securities involves the risk of loss. The following is a far too common tale of investing in annuities. A successful couple invested a large portion of their savings in annuities, thinking they were a safe way to guarantee a dependable income stream no matter what the market did. But it didn't take long for them to regret their decision. They were locked into low returns, faced potential tax consequences, and that they couldn't get out of their annuities without paying huge penalties. They were stuck, and so was their money. Suddenly, their retirement hopes and dreams were in danger. But it didn't have to happen to them, and it doesn't have to happen to you. You can avoid the annuity trap. Here's one way. Get the free report, Annuity Insights, your guide to better understanding annuities, by calling 1-800-375-9991. Written by Forbes columnist and money manager Ken Fisher's firm. This powerful report could help save you from major financial heartache, and it's offered today for free. If you have an annuity or are considering one, claim your free annuities guide today. Hurry, free copies are limited. Call now, 1-800-375-9991. 1-800-375-9991.
Reaching 10 counties from the county seat of Rutherford. This is the mighty 590 WCAB, Rutherfordton.
Dr. Josh Edgerton is the newest addition to Rutherford Surgical Associates. Dr. Edgerton is highly trained in performing laparoscopies, endoscopies, reflux surgeries, vein closure, and other surgeries. Rutherford Surgical Associates is located at 330 Highway 108, just around the corner from Rutherford Regional Medical Center. For more information about Rutherford Surgical Associates and Dr. Edgerton, call 828-286-1743 or visit myrutherfordregional.com/general surgery.
Visit Farmers Friend Feed Seeding Supplies next door. Get your new year all started right. Come in and shop the low price leader on all your farm needs. If you need round bells, horse quality hay, they have that in stock for you, ready for you to take and use. Also, layer crumble, 50-pound bag, $10.50. Special dog food, $11.99 for a 40-pound bag. You'll also find a lot of other things available for you and your farm, or you and your yard, and you and your pets. Check it out. Farmers Friend Feed Seeding Supplies. Check out the large selection of good used farm equipment, and notice the work going on over there. George doing some building and regrowing over there. Watch that growth with Farmers Friend Feed Seeding Supplies. Right across the road here, you'll find them at 188 Whiteside Road, Rutherfordton, and that phone number is 287-3272.
As pioneers headed west, they would settle or squat wherever they found some promising land. They ignored things like ownership and titles, figuring if they cleared and toiled the land, it should be theirs. By the mid-1800s, squatting had become an acceptable practice, and since the government wanted to settle the West, it did little to discourage the settlers. But with no title to the land, it was often a matter of might makes right. So they started pressuring the government to do something about it. Not wanting the possibility of additional non-slave states, the South held up any legislation. With the outbreak of the Civil War, the South no longer mattered. And in 1862, President Lincoln signed the Homestead Act. It authorized any citizen to settle on unclaimed 160-acre tracts of land. By paying a small fee and making improvements, they would receive title to the land in 5 years. Unfortunately, the government allowed most of the best land to fall into the hands of speculators and the railroads. As a result, many homesteaders could find only semi-arid marginal land. Not able to run a successful farm on 160 acres, at least half of the original homesteaders abandoned their claim. Then in the early 1900s, the government increased the amount of land to 640 acres, making it possible to live on the land. As a result of the Homestead Act, more than 1.6 million families fulfilled their contracts and became landowners in the West. You've just heard another story from Chronicle of the Old West. This is Dakota Livesay.
16 minutes after 7 o'clock, let's get this year's program started, finding out what's been happening over the weekend. And we have Deputy Elliott with us from the Sheriff's Department to give us an update. Good morning, sir. How you doing?
Good. How are you?
Doing great. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you.
Thanks. What's on the report?
Last 48 hours, Sheriff's Office answered 132 calls, made 21 arrests, and we have 166 in jail this morning. For reports, Chelsea Matthews has reported misdemeanor larceny of an orange and black mongoose bicycle. That's from the Helens Lane area in Rutherford. Deputy Timothy Lowry reported found property. It's going to be a silver East Rutherford 2016 class ring, and it's got dusting on it. Angelique Parton reported larceny of a firearm, SIG P 938 9mm black and silver in color handgun. And for arrest, have Donald Lee Searcy was charged with 1 count of failure to appear on a misdemeanor, had a $500 security bond. Joseph Blevins was charged with 1 count of assault on a female. He's held on a domestic violence bond. Michael Dwayne Staley was charged with 1 count of failure to comply and 1 count of failure to appear on a misdemeanor. He had a $2,500 secured bond. Joseph Lee Connor was charged with 1 count of possession of stolen goods. Had a $500 secured bond. Ronald Brandon Green was charged with 1 count of failure to appear on a misdemeanor. He had a $500 secured bond. Kenneth Ray Thomas was charged with 1 count of misdemeanor probation violation. Had a $10,000 secured bond. Morgan Renee Condry was charged with 1 count of misdemeanor larceny. Had a written promise to appear. Christopher Eric Tony Jr. was charged with 1 count of misdemeanor failure to appear. Had a $500 secured bond. And Jessica Grace Moore was charged with 1 count of failure to appear on a misdemeanor and had a $1,000 bond. That's all we have for this morning.
Deputy Elliott, we do appreciate the report, and you have a safe day out there.
Thanks, sir.
See you now. Bye-bye. And we'll check with the Sheriff's Department tomorrow morning also and get the update. You know, you don't have to settle for second or third best when you need a plumber. When Umstead Plumbing is just a phone call away. Since 1973, the Umstead family has been serving homeowners and builders with the best of service. Eric and Chad are continuing the family business, and I know you'll be satisfied with their prompt service. From unclogging a drain to replacing fixtures and appliances to remodeling jobs, Their top quality work, fair prices, and punctual service has made them the area's leading plumbing firm. Why don't you give them a call? Locally owned and operated at 245-7302. Experience plus equipment equals excellence. Umstead Plumbing, 245-7302. Now that's getting the job done. Call Umstead. They'll get right out to you and get your problem fixed. Now here is Laurel with the 911 Communications Center report. Good morning, Laurel.
Good morning.
What's on your report today?
In the past 48 hours, Rutherford County Sheriff's Office 911 Communications has processed 755 911 calls, administrative calls, which consisted of 69 EMS calls, 53 for rescue, 223 for the Sheriff's Office, 119 for 4C, 15 for Lake Lure, 49 for Rutherfordton, 74 for Spindale. Bills Creek had a smoke investigation. Bossick had a motor vehicle accident. Cherry Mountain had a residential fire alarm. Ellenboro had a brush fire, assisted by the Forestry Service. Forest City had a vehicle fire. Lake Lure had a gas leak, assisted by Fairfield, and a smoke investigation, assisted by Bills Creek and Chimney Rock. Rutherford had a motor vehicle accident and commercial fire alarm. SCO had a brush fire. Spindale had a brush fire and a residential fire alarm. Union Mills had a power line fire, and that's it.
Thank you, and Happy New Year.
Thanks. You too.
A busy report there from 911 Communications Center over the weekend. 20 minutes after 7. At Southern Carpet, they understand that life is busy. They understand kids make a mess, dogs strike in mud. That's why they carry floors that stand up to the day-to-day rituals. Floors like Tarkett flooring, beautiful. They have the widest range of flooring products that are both beautiful and resilient. Right now, you can find out more about these fabulous flooring products at Southern Carpet of Forest City. Find some excellent pricing right now, too, to start your year off with some beauty in those floors. You'll find the perfect floor to fit your home and your budget. So hurry in over there, take advantage of these great deals, and choose from the excellent selection of Tarkett flooring. Only at Southern Carpet. You'll find them at 1512 West Main Street, Forest City. You can also visit them on the web at southerncarpet.net and follow them on Facebook. Now, Ruby Taylor is up next from the Danieltown SDO Fire District. Ruby, good morning.
Good morning.
Happy New Year.
Same to you.
Thank you. What's on your report?
Well, the fire department had one call, and that was to a brush fire. And I got one birthday, Angela Keller, having a birthday today, and I hope she has a nice day. And the signs are in the feed today and tomorrow. And that's all I got, Jim.
Thanks, Ruby. Stay dry over there, and we'll see you next time.
Okay, thank you.
Bye-bye. Bye. And we are getting rain here in the foothills. Had rain pretty much all night, raining hard this morning. It's sort of tampered down a little bit right now, but we should have some rain off and on throughout the day today. 22 past 7.
Are you afraid of losing your independence? Spindale Drug has a full-service medical equipment department where we offer lift chairs, wheelchairs, hospital beds, and everything in between. Come by Spindale Drug at 109 West Main Street in Spindale and let us help make your life easier.
Well, call on Gregory's the next time you have an event that you want somebody to do the food for you and set it up and serve it for you. Call on Gregory's. They do a great job. Fantastic job on catering. They've done a lot of work for a lot of people, and they keep getting repeat business again, because if anybody knows how to do a catering job, it is Gregory's. Call them at 287-2171, whatever event you've got coming up this new year, maybe for Valentine's spring events. Just call on Gregory's anytime and set your plans, and then rest assured it's going to be done right. Gregory's Original. That phone number again is 287-2171. For your next catering needs, make sure it's done right. Call Gregory's. Now let's head toward Rumbling Ball area. We have George on the phone. George, good morning. How you doing?
Well, this is Gary. George's a little bashful this morning, I think. He handed the phone to me, Jim.
Oh, Gary, how you doing, man?
I'm all right. How you doing?
Well, he knows you've had many years of experience doing that.
I guess that's what it is.
You doing okay?
You're doing okay. Have a good holiday?
I sure did. How about you?
Yeah, it is. Sure did. Had all the kids up for Christmas and
good
grandkids and all. Had a really good one.
Well,
quiet New Year's. So
good.
Everything peaceful this weekend around here. Seemed like we had a big crowd in for New Year's Eve, but it went well. And just one fire call this weekend. At a house yesterday had a gas leak. We had to go down and shut it off and move the people, but no fire or anything like that. Just mostly for safety reasons. We could get it checked out. But everything else been pretty quiet around here and getting some good rain this morning. We got some catching up to do on the rainfall.
We do, don't we?
But maybe we'll get some today. Talk about might be some pretty good showers today and tonight. So hopefully we'll get some. And that's about it up here, Jim. Everything pretty quiet up here this morning.
Things pretty nice down in Florida?
Yeah, I haven't been down there lately. I'm getting ready to go down about the end of the month for a couple of weeks, and was going back down in November. Then that little wood fire we had kind of interrupted that. So.
Oh yeah, boy, that kept everybody busy, didn't it?
Well, it did. It was about 3 weeks of it there.
Mm-hmm.
It told me real quick how old I was getting.
Well, you're still at it, though. You're still going full speed, aren't you?
We're still plugging. Yeah. Still vertical. That's what counts, I guess.
That's great. That's great. It's good that you can still jump in and help, Gary.
Yeah.
Well, listen, it's good to talk to you, and I hope you have a great day and a good New Year.
All right, you too, Jim.
Thanks, Gary.
Good New Year to you.
Happy New Year to you as well. That's Gary Wilson reporting in this morning from Rumleyville. Long time on the radio with us, doing the morning report for many years. Retired semi, still doing some work part-time with him there at the security house. And it's always good to talk with him. 25 minutes now past 7 o'clock.
RS Express on Railroad Avenue should be the only stop you'll need. The RS Express inspection station can get you back on the road and keep you legal. RS Express station has 2 lanes to get you in and out in no time. They also carry wiper blades, and they'll rotate your tires. Complete car care all together. RS Speedy Lube. RS Service includes transmission flush, RS Car Wash, and RS Inspection. Count on Chris and his team to take care of your car needs. Railroad Avenue, Ruth.
Our next Tar Heel game is going to be tomorrow evening at UNC in Clemson. That's a 5:30 countdown to tip-off. We'll join that right after News 13 at 6, and we'll have that Tar Heel Clemson game tomorrow evening here on the radio. Now we're heading up toward the Hudlow Fire District. Bob Hodge, good morning and Happy New Year.
Well, good morning and a Happy New Year to you.
Thank you. Thank you. It rolled around nice and quiet, didn't it?
That's right, and not too much went on. Nothing bad really happened in the county, and so that was good.
That's great news, yeah.
And now I've got to get used to writing 2017.
I know it. It takes me about a month or two to remember to write the new year down.
That's right, because we're still writing 2016 there, yeah. But, Jim, like I say, it's pretty quiet over the weekend up here with our fire department. We think there's just a few medical calls, but didn't have any bad fires or wreck calls or anything, so that was good. And birthdays for New Year's Day, Sunday, was Jessica Walker and Junior Dunkel. And, Jim, things ran along good. Looked like it's going to be another rainy day up here, and before it clears out, it's cold again. So
yeah, we got a little iffy forecast coming up on Thursday night and Friday. That iffy about rain and or snow, depending on how much precipitation we get, whether or not we get anything at all.
Well, yeah, that's true. We could get a little mix of everything or not get nothing at all. That's the way it goes. But I believe we'll get a good snow here for winters over here. So we ain't got to get through March first.
That's right. Yeah, we've had some in March, haven't we?
That's right. We've got plenty of snow in March. Yeah. Okay. Well, Jim, you take care and have a good day, and I'll be talking to you in the morning.
Thanks, Bob. I appreciate it. I'll see you then.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bob Hodge out of Hudlow this morning, 28 minutes now past 7. You can catch the Hudlow Volunteer Fire District report in the afternoon, too, with Tom Green on the afternoon report.
The Recliner Center is happy to introduce new styles of Spring Air mattresses. Some come with the cool gel that you're going to love. Remember the days when you could flip your mattress? Well, Spring Air is now offering the flippable mattress. Check out these for a really great night's sleep. The Recliner Center is needing to make room for some new styles of lift chairs, recliners, and sofas, and you're going to get some special deals on the floor models and extra inventory in the store. Now, you always know you get the best deals in town at the Recliner Center, and now's the best time to go shopping. Check on the inventory of new recliners, sofas, and lift chairs coming in. Now, some of the styles have a new water-repellent fabric. Water beads up instead of soaking into the fabric. Leave it to the Recliner Center to offer you the best choices and best prices. Ask to see the new wall hugger style furniture. Hours are Wednesday through Friday 9 to 5 and Saturday 9 to 2. The Recliner Center on Cooper's Gap Road in Rutherfordton.
If you didn't get everything you wanted for Christmas and you wanted some new overalls and didn't get them, head on over to Washburn Store. They've got those Pointer brand overalls made in the good old U.S. of A., and you'll feel good about that purchase, and you'll feel good about walking up and down the aisle there at Washburn Store. My. Looking for a little old screw, little old pile of nails, or oil lamps, clothing, all kinds of things you'll find in the store at Washburn Store, including hoop cheese, and they keep a lot of bologna too they can slice out for you. That's Washburn Stores in Boston and Sunshine on the Boston Sunshine Highway. And not too far away there is Sue Price at the Cherry Mountain Fire District. Sue, good morning.
Good morning, Jim.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you. Well, we're getting it started off with some rain, which we really need,
yes.
So that's a good thing. And I've got 48 degrees to start with. And let's see, well, the fire department answered a residential fire alarm, and I think that's all they had over the weekend. Got new birthdays on my calendar today. And on Fairviews, they've got a birthday for Terry Self, so I hope Terry's going to have a good day. And an anniversary for John and Sybil Henderson. So happy anniversary to those folks. And First Brown doesn't have anything today on their calendar. And so far, Jim, I have had no announcements come in, so it's just very quiet over this way. And rainy, but we're looking for a good day, and I hope you'll have one.
It's a good day to stay inside, isn't it?
It is.
Yep. I believe the Rose Parade's on today. They missed that yesterday. It's going to be on today, so you get to watch all the Rose Bowls parades today. So
a good day to stay in and do that.
Enjoy that, and we'll see you next time.
Okay. Right, bye-bye.
Sue Price reporting in this morning. 31 now past 7 o'clock. And we'll get to the next phone call here in just a moment. The entire team at Crow's Funeral Home and Cremation Services can help you with options available. They will help you find a balance between the emotional, spiritual, and financial needs of your loved one. During this time, it's important to turn to someone you can trust and depend on. Crow's Mortuary and Crow's Mortuary and Crematory has a long history of trust and dependability. Crow's Mortuary and Crematory. That's 286-2304.
Save-A-Lot Grocery Store is your next stop to saving big money. You'll find loads of merchandise with incredible low prices and hundreds of name brand items. And with clean, spacious aisles, that'll make shopping a pleasure. Take advantage of the popular Pick 5. Get 5 grocery items at a low price of only $19.99, including meat products. Save-A-Lot has a great produce section with all your favorite fruits and vegetables. Hours are Monday through Saturday, 8 a.m. to 9 p.m., and Sundays, 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. That's Save-A-Lot Grocery Store in the White Oak Plaza near Big Lots.
32 past 7, Monday morning, a brand new year's second day of January. It's a holiday for a lot of folks. The banks and the government offices are all closed today. School is back in session today, but I think the colleges closed today, start tomorrow back. So we got a lot of folks still on vacation, a lot of folks back at work, including Miss Kelly from Upstate Union Mills is work this morning, giving us the up and down of the news. Good morning, Brenda, and happy New Year.
Well, good morning to you, and Happy New Year to you, too. Did you eat your black-eyed peas and greens and everything yesterday?
I certainly did. Black-eyed peas, greens, and cornbread.
That's what we had for dinner, and my daughter was going to come over, but she wasn't feeling good, so I called my son. I said, somebody's got to come help eat all this food, and, boy, it looked like a garbage disposal. It was gone.
Oh, yeah.
But everybody enjoyed it, so that's good, and now we're going to settle down and welcome in this new year.
Yeah, that's right. Hopefully eating those black-eyed peas and greens will discover some money.
Yeah.
I walked out this morning and found a penny laying on the ground, so mine's already started.
Well, that's good. Yeah. Well, one of the women in the Sunday school class yesterday said, well, the greens represent greenbacks money, and I said, yeah. And she said, well, if we can get that, we can always get it changed somewhere, can't we? I said, that's right.
Yeah, I love them after they've cooked about all day and greens are cooked.
Yeah, and then I had fried potatoes with onions in them with mine, and cornbread and black-eyed peas and turnip greens and a pork roast.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't have no hog jaws, so I done a pork roast. So
I'm
we
sure it
just
was
sit
good.
back and eat like they ain't gonna be no tomorrow.
What kind of dessert did you have?
I didn't have no dessert. I didn't think we needed it.
That's right.
We had enough desserts through Christmas.
Yeah, that's right. That's
So
right.
I said, I ain't doing no dessert. That'll have to do with this. But we hope everybody's having a good day so far and that they've got their new year off to a good start. I've got 42 degrees on the front porch, and we've had 7/10 of an inch of rain over the weekend. And birthdays today, we've got Dakota Turner, Grayson Crane, and Megan Phillips. And on Round Hill, we've got Megan Snethens. I hope I pronounced that right. And I don't have anything on Macedonia. I don't know of any announcements or anything. Everything's just short, sweet, and quiet, and that's how we like it. Everybody's just going to have to stay in today, and it's raining, so you just stay in and enjoy it.
Good day to be off.
The rain.
Good day to be off from work today with this rain.
Yeah, and the children went back to school today.
Yep, they sure
In
did.
McDowell County, they don't go back till tomorrow. I don't know why, but I thought McDowell County was on the same schedule as ours.
I don't know. That's according to what Todd said. He has a son in school, so
Yeah.
I'm assuming I haven't.
Yeah,
seen
he said his son woke up with that stomach virus this morning. That's going around. Our attendance at church has been way off. I've got a cold. I've not been coughing, but I've sure got a runny nose. I'm trying to keep it from getting down into my chest. I don't want bronchitis.
No, you're right. There's a lot of people have that going on in their bodies.
Yeah, a lot of the stomach virus and the flu-like symptoms and stuff. I've not run no fever, and I don't ache and hurt, so I thank the Lord for that. Even though I got other problems, I ain't got those.
Just have to
So
take care of
that's
ourselves and keep our bodies tuned up.
Yeah. I might need an oil change. I don't know. A new pound of blood or something. But I don't know of anything going on.
All right. Well, enjoy your day and enjoy your year, and we'll check back with you tomorrow.
Okay, catch you later.
Thanks, Brenda. Brenda Keller reporting out of Union Mills this morning in a brand new year. It's 36 past the hour. We're being kind to Wayne and Elaine Harden. It's their 65th wedding anniversary as of yesterday. They live over in Sandy Mush, and we want to wish them a happy continued success with this 65th wedding anniversary. Juggling a career, responsibilities at home, and caring for an aging parent can be a tough job to handle. But thank goodness for Rutherford Life Services. Rutherford Life Services may be able to help you. They offer a positive, happy environment for adults who need a little bit of extra care during the day. They have trained professionals that monitor medical needs, assist with personal care, and also plan fun activities such as crafts, music, and fitness to make their day more enjoyable and safe. Caregivers are provided with the peace of mind knowing that their loved ones are being well cared for. To learn more about Rutherford Life Care Services, call 288-1697. Again, that's 288-1697.
If you've always wanted a truck, go to Sisk Family Ford and get the hottest selling truck on the market today. Sisk Family Ford is one of the best new and used car dealers between Asheville, Spartanburg, and Charlotte. They carry new Ford cars, new Ford trucks, SUVs. In addition to their vast inventory, Sisk Family Ford is a one-stop dealer for Ford service, Ford parts, Ford accessories, including Ford maintenance plans and warranties. Compare the rates and service and see for yourself. Sisk Family Ford, their goal is simple. They want to be the best Ford dealer in North Carolina. Come see them today. You'll be glad you did. Sisk Family Ford, 565 Oak Street, Forest City.
Farm Bureau Insurance doesn't hire celebrities to push auto coverage. We think people might like to make decisions based on service and savings, not just because that guy from that show says it's a good idea. Instead of faces you know from your TV, we offer faces you know from your neighborhood, because we're headquartered in North Carolina with local agents right in your town. That's really the only thing we want to be famous for. North Carolina Farm Bureau Insurance. Helping you is what we do best.
In Rutherford County, please call 287-2428.
North Carolina Farm Bureau Mutual Insurance Company, Farm Bureau Insurance of North Carolina, Inc., Southern Farm Bureau Life Insurance Company, Jackson, Mississippi, an independent licensee of the Blue Cross and Blue Shield Association.
We tried to ring up old Herman Jones down in Cliffside, wish him a happy new year, see how he's doing, but no answer there. So we're going to jump right on over to Ellenboro and talk with Luther Sweetthing Gilligan and wish Luther a happy new year. Luther, good morning.
Good morning, you two. I hope this year's better than last year.
Well, I hope you have a great success this year.
Me too. Last year was a bummer. I started out to make $3 million, and I didn't make it.
Well, don't give up.
Well, I'll try again this year.
Try again this year.
Yeah, I may make it.
Yeah.
I may make $3 million this year.
I hope you do.
I'll probably fall a little short, but it's something to strive for. It says set your goals high.
That's right. That's right.
Reach for the stars. My wife says, "Boy, you reach way above the stars."
Casey Kasem used to say when he used to do the American Top 40 show, he said, keep reaching toward the stars, but keep your feet on the ground.
That's right. Keep your feet on the ground.
Keep reaching.
But hey, it's a good day. We're going to have a good year. We had a good year last year. We're going to have another one this year. We enjoyed life. And hey, it's starting out good this year. I can still get up, put my boots on, stand up. Hey, life is good. But it's quiet down here this morning. Not a whole lot. Well, we had a quiet weekend. Really, wasn't a whole lot going on. The weekend, let's see, we had, what did they have? We had 2 medical calls, 1 brush fire department had, so they were pretty quiet with that. Just not a whole lot else going on down here. We have 4/10 inch of rain, getting the ground wet. And that's the one we have birthday to old Bobby Geddes down here. He's having a birthday today. And also Scott Knipe is having one. And Tommy Ash is having a birthday today. We hope they all have a great day and enjoy their day. Nothing else going on, Jim. You have a great day up there. We'll talk to you tomorrow.
Thanks, Luther. Have a good one. I'll see you next time.
All right. Take care now.
Bye. And we have time for a birthday party for the second day of January. Surely somebody's celebrating today, born on the second day or married on this date. We'll find out who if you'll call them into us at 287-3356, and we'll give away one of Granny B's cakes. That's coming up here in just a few moments. Birthdays, anniversaries, 287-3356. Meanwhile, start the new year off right for those folks in your family or yourself that's having more and more difficult hearing. Maybe just in one ear, maybe both. Just have a free check, hearing test there at Miracle Ear. And Lisa Terry be glad to help you and walk through, help you make some decisions on what's best for you. It might be one of those smaller things that just aid you with one ear. Maybe you need 2 ears worked on. Whatever it takes. If you feel like you need hearing instrument, they make them so small anymore you hardly even know they're there. But boy, can you hear well. Hear that grandson call you, hear that special someone whisper something very special to you in your ear, hear that music that you like to hear without it blaring and blasting everybody out. Try that hearing test at Miracle Ear this year. Give them a call at 447-7716. And Lisa Terry will be glad to set up a time for you to come by and have that free hearing test. 447-7716. That is Miracle Ear.
Here's what our customers think about McCurry Deck Chevrolet Buick GMC.
I love my McCurry Deck Buick.
I love my McCurry Deck Chevrolet.
We love our McCurry Deck GMC. We guarantee you'll love McCurry Deck Chevrolet Buick GMC for a city.
I am definitely a McCurry Deck customer for life.
I love the price and the McCurry Deck Customer for Life Rewards program. It gives you up to $3,000 or more in rewards.
Take the easy drive to savings. McCurry Deck for a city. Discover the rewards of being a customer for life.
A special classic club sandwich on house-made sourdough bread with fries and onion rings for only $4.25 is a treat that you will go back again and again for, but it's only available at Granny B's, 219 West Main Street, Spindale. Almost at Forest City, but there is Spindale. And they'd love to have you come by and have lunch with them or take a bag out for other folks and maybe have a petit four while you're there. That's Granny B's, and listen up for big news coming from Granny B's in a few days or so. We'll keep you posted on what's happening there. Happy birthday! Well, happy anniversary to Wayne and Elaine Harden over in Sandy Bush. It's their 65th anniversary yesterday. They live there in Sandy Bush. Want to wish them a happy. Also celebrating today is Joda Pearson, 13 over in Union Mills. Jada Pearson, 13 over at Union Mills. Junior Harold is 90, lives over in the Forest City area, had a birthday yesterday. Donis Mosley of Forest City is having a birthday. David Dunkel of Shiloh had a birthday yesterday. Lisa Lane is celebrating a birthday. Tiffany Rumfeld Bailey, 37, in Forest City, had a birthday yesterday. Jamie Short of Cliffside, 23. Sharon Date over in Bostic had a birthday yesterday. Robert Harden of Shiloh also celebrating a birthday. Also other folks on today's list is Dakota Turner, Grayson Crane, Megan Phillips, and Colby Fagan had a birthday yesterday. D.C. Bahealer, Sam and Janice Taylor Jr.'s anniversary was yesterday, and Jeff and Barbara Porter anniversary yesterday as well. So happy birthday to everybody celebrating yesterday and today. And we'll find out in just a moment who's going to win that cake from Granny B's. Stand by.
Have you seen the email of the young lady who told her friends about hitting a slick section of highway while her cruise control was engaged and found herself sliding out of control? She was passing along the good advice of a highway patrolman who warned her of using cruise control when slick conditions prevail. Well, he is correct. The cruise control is designed for normal road conditions, and it doesn't know when the pavement is slippery. With some cars, it is possible that the wheels will actually spin faster when the cruise control is on and the car hits a slippery spot. When the tires make contact with firm road again, the car can skid or lose control. Well, life is not lived well on cruise control either. The outspoken disciple of Jesus said, "Our spiritual enemy roams around like a hungry lion just looking for someone to devour." And Paul the Apostle challenged us to be daily geared up for battle. Trying to use the cruise all of the time may work for fair weather, but if we hope to survive when things get difficult, we need all eyes on the road and all senses working overtime. One way to do that is through a daily prayer time. It doesn't need to be a long prayer, but just asking for daily guidance can be a big help. And after asking, make sure you stop and listen long enough to let God respond. This is Bill Hostler with today's key to confident living.
Congratulations to Jamie Short of Cliffside. Jamie's 23 and won the cake this morning. So we'll have that certificate right here waiting on Jamie to stop by. Don't know if Jamie is a guy or a gal, but we hope that Jamie's going to have a great birthday today. Stand by. We have a third hour coming up on this exciting morning wake-up call. My name's Bishop. Jim Bishop. How well do you know your TV theme shows from the past? Well, starting next week, we're going to give you a chance to win free meals by identifying some of the themes from the TV shows of the past. See how well you remember those. And some of them will be easier than others, but we'll give you a chance starting next week to identify those TV shows. And the first to identify them, of course, will win the free meals from any of our fine restaurants around the area that's going to jump in and be sponsors of that. We'll start that next week, so study up on your TV themes from days gone by.
MCN News. I'm Mike Rayleigh. Forensic teams continue their work at the nightclub in Istanbul, where 39 people were killed and nearly 70 others injured by a gunman who remains the target of an international manhunt. More from CBS News' Jonathan Vigliotti in Istanbul, outside the club, where more than 600 people were celebrating the start of the new year.
Police are lined up. A blue tarp has been set up, and behind it, investigators working around the clock to collect evidence from this massive crime scene.
It's now North Carolina Governor Roy Cooper. The Democrat was sworn in on Sunday as the state's 75th governor.
I love this state. It is the place where I grew up. It is a place where I have worked and worshiped and studied. It is the place that I have lived all of my life.
State Chief Justice Mark Martin administered the oath in the short ceremony not far from where revelers gathered in downtown Raleigh to celebrate the new year. Israel's leader is facing a brewing legal scandal.
Israeli media say police are expected to interrogate Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu today on allegations of corruption. He is suspected of receiving tens of thousands of dollars in improper gifts from businessmen in Israel and abroad. Netanyahu denies any wrongdoing, saying the case is a plot by his political opponents to topple him from power. Robert Berger, CBS News, Jerusalem.
Tennessee businesses have banded together to try to convince their state lawmakers to snub laws similar to infamous bathroom bills in North Carolina, which has consumed the state's politics for months and scared off businesses and sporting events. Billing themselves as Tennessee Thrives, the group hopes to show lawmakers that the laws limiting protections for LGBT people are discriminatory. You're listening to MCN News.
This is Brian Geisinger from the ACC Sports Journal, and here's a look at what we have at ACCSports.com today. Bowl season continues to roll on. Stick to ACCSports.com to get the latest updates from all of the conference's teams taking part in postseason play. And of course, it's that time of the year where players decide whether or not to enter the NFL draft to see which of the league's top players decide to take their talents to the next level. Keep an eye focused as we break the latest news. Make sure to check out our latest basketball power rankings. You can see where fans slotted your favorite team in the poll results. And of course, you can make your voice heard in next week's basketball poll by becoming an official voter and registering at ACCSports.com. Conference play in basketball heated up over the weekend with every team playing a league game except for Louisville, who had a date with Indiana. Check the ACC Analytics tab for a look at all the pertinent stats you need to know. And for the latest rumors and recruiting news for the Tar Heels, Wolfpack, Blue Devils, Deacons, and the rest of the ACC, make sure to check out ACCSports.com. This has been Brian Geisinger.
North Carolina hasn't executed anyone in the last 10 years, and legal experts say the reluctance of juries and prosecutors to place people on death row points to a lack of support for the punishment. Gretchen Engel with the center says it's time the state abandons capital punishment in favor of life in prison without parole.
The death penalty has passed its sell-by date here in North Carolina. We have not had executions for more than 10 years, and juries and prosecutors have turned away from the death penalty.
After an average of more than 2 murders per day in Chicago last year, what's the outlook for the new year? Here's CBS News correspondent Vicki Barker.
The number 3 city with the number 1 murder rate.
We are the poster boy of violence in America.
Chicago PD Superintendent Eddie Johnson wants new laws sending a tough new message to repeat gun offenders.
If you continue to use a gun in the city of Chicago, we'll come at you with the full weight of CPD.
But a 60 Minutes investigation has found that gun deaths jumped after police stop and searches dropped, and that came after state and federal authorities began investigating the CPD for possible racial bias. Vicki Barker, CBS News.
2016 was a record-breaking year for Hollywood.
A little blue fish helped Hollywood rake in stacks of green. The animated Finding Dory was the biggest moneymaker of the year, taking in more than $486 million.
I fear nothing. All is as the Force wills it.
Rogue One, a Star Wars story, was the second biggest movie of the year. Overall, Hollywood's take, according to ComScore, was $11.4 billion in 2016, making it the biggest year in Hollywood history. I'm Jamie Fryer.
Get your message to the thousands. Call the WCAB Sales Department today at 287-3356.
From ABC News, I'm Michelle Franzen. ISIS is claiming responsibility for the attack at an Istanbul nightclub, the New Year's shooting spree, killing more than 36 partygoers. Turkey's state-run media reporting several people have been detained for questioning, but the gunman still on the loose. ABC's Alex Marquardt has more from Istanbul.
At least 39 people have been confirmed killed, including more than 24 foreigners. Dozens more were wounded, including 35-year-old American Jake Rock in Istanbul on vacation, who was carried away on a stretcher after being shot in the leg.
I don't know. I saw one person there shooting. I'm hiding.
His brother saying the bullet may have hit Rock's cell phone and prevented a more serious injury.
President-elect Donald Trump is expected to get briefed Tuesday and could learn more about Russia's cyber hacking. Trump has raised questions about Russia's involvement. Russian diplomats ordered to leave as part of the U.S. response to the hacking scandal in the elections and are back in Russia. ABC's Mary Bruce has more.
President Obama has already counterpunched, closing 2 lavish Russian diplomatic retreats in the U.S. and evicting dozens of Russian diplomats and their families, almost 100 people in all. Trump had said it was time to move on, but now his team is questioning the White House's motivation and asking if the punishment fits the crime. But on Capitol Hill, even some Republicans say the president's actions weren't tough enough. They now want more sanctions.
New Year's Eve brought tragedy to a Dallas neighborhood. 3 people were killed in a mid-air collision of 2 small airplanes. ABC's Jim Ryan has details.
Investigators with the National Transportation Safety Board will be in McKinney, Texas today to launch a probe into the accident. Retired Air Force Lieutenant Colonel Gregory Barber and his 18-year-old son had just taken off when their plane was struck in the tail by a second aircraft piloted by 48-year-old Robert Navarre. All 3 died in the crash.
ABC's Jim Ryan reporting. You're listening to ABC News.
Have you written a book and want to get it published? Then call Page Publishing at 800-676-9591 immediately. That's 800-676-9591. Page Publishing is looking for authors of all types of books. And unlike most publishers, Page Publishing will take the time to review each and every book submitted to them and give you their feedback. If they like what they read, they'll get your book into bookstores and for sale online at Amazon, the Apple iTunes Store, Barnes & Noble, and other outlets. They handle everything: editing, cover design, copyright protection, printing, publicity, and distribution. So if you've written a novel, children's book, cookbook, inspirational work, poetry, or a biography and want to get it published, then you need to call Page Publishing and do it immediately. Call 800-676-9591 now for your free author submission kit. Again, for your free author submission kit, call 800-676-9591. That's 800-676-9591. Your road to fame and fortune could very well start with this simple phone call. Call Page Publishing at 800-676-9591 for your free author submission kit.
Dylan Roof is to start the sentencing phase of his hate crime trial this week. The convicted Emmanuel AME church shooter faces either life in prison or a death sentence. But ABC's Jim Ryan says the judge has scheduled another piece of court business first.
Dylan Roof refused help from his court-appointed lawyer as prosecutors won a conviction in the 2015 massacre in a black church in Charleston. And the 22-year-old has again insisted on representing himself in the guilt stage. Courtroom observers like Charleston defense attorney Chris Adams wonder whether Roof has a death wish.
I don't think he wants to die. I just think he would rather die than have the world find out about his mental health situation.
The judge has ordered another competency hearing before the penalty phase of Roof's trial begins. Jim Ryan, ABC News.
Los Angeles police are looking for a suspect caught on security video pulling off a huge New Year's Day prank. ABC's Philip Meta has details.
In Hollywood, the iconic 45-foot-tall Hollywood sign altered to read Hollyweed. Artistic, maybe. Bold, definitely, but not original. Marijuana enthusiasts pulling the same prank on New Year's Day in 1976.
ABC's Philip Mena reporting. Utah's Zion National Park rangers turned to crowd control over the holiday weekend. The popular park overrun by visitors in what is usually a winter lull. Rangers had to block tour buses and oversized vehicles from Zion Canyon to control those crowds and had to close the road at one point. This is ABC News.
Here's a special message for those of you who owe the IRS at least $10,000 or more in back taxes. The IRS has special programs in place that could eliminate or reduce your tax debt by thousands of dollars. With a call to National Tax Helpline, you can stop the wage garnishments, levies, and tax liens now. Take down the number now for the Tax Helpline. 800-805-1055. That's 800-805-1055 for free information. 800-805-1055.
Michelle Franzen, ABC News.
We'll finish the weekend cloudy and cool today with rain and rain showers likely, especially morning to midday. Highs about 51 to 57. Plenty of clouds tonight after a low. Rain and rain showers increasing again. Lows in the mid-40s to low 50s. Looks like we'll have mostly cloudy skies Tuesday. Warmer tomorrow with rain and rain showers and maybe a gusty thunderstorm. Those rain chances decreasing after midday with highs in the upper 50s to mid-60s. I'm meteorologist Mike Moss in the Weather Center.
Thanks very much. We are experiencing heavy clouds this morning and a lot of rain earlier this morning. Light mist falling even now, 45 degrees, getting up to about 54 for a daytime high with a 100% chance of precipitation. Then tonight, cloudy with rain likely. Tomorrow, mostly cloudy with showers, but that'll be ending sometime mid-morning. And rest of the day will be partly cloudy. Lows around 46 tomorrow with the wind about 7 miles per hour. Partly cloudy Wednesday with highs around 55 and low Wednesday around 30. Mostly cloudy on Thursday with scattered showers. And we have a wind chill on Thursday about as low as 30. Wind chill value as low as 30 miles per hour, 30 degrees on Thursday. And Thursday night and Friday morning is a little bit iffy right now. We're not sure about the precipitation, but there is a slight chance. The temperature is going to be right. Slight chance of rain and or snow. Lows around 27 Thursday night, but only a 20% chance of precipitation on Thursday night. And Friday morning, over midnight, early Friday morning, there is another chance of rain or snow. But here again, only a 20% chance of that happening with any precipitation. The temperature will be warming up, which makes it impossible probably for any snow to develop. It's going to get up about 41 Friday morning, but the wind chill will make it feel like it's 27. Saturday, partly cloudy, highs around 39, wind chill value as low as 25. So now you're up to date on the weather forecast for the week. Make your plans accordingly, being outside and in and out. Make it feel like it's going to be wintertime for sure. Well, Terry Thomas not on the phone with us today due to a holiday. They are closed at the job service office there, and we'll get back with him next week and find out where some job opportunities are for us here in the county. We do know that jobs were announced last year, 2016, and we'll look at some of those things happening for us coming up in the next few days as we look at news from here and there here on WCAB Rutherfordton.
If you suffer from foot or ankle pain, you should know there's advanced care available to you right here in Rutherford County. Dr. Jason Glover of Rutherford Orthopedics is the only fellowship-trained foot and ankle surgeon in our region. Now, what does that mean for you? It means a greater level of expertise that comes through advanced studies and research. You have options when it comes to foot and ankle care. So, learn more. Visit www.myrutherfordregional.com/orthopedics.
Looking at some stories now from here and there. The Daily Courier, of course, is reporting a lot of things that happened last year, highlights of some major stories. And they also tell us a story about the suspect that surrendered after a 3-hour standoff over in the Bostic area. Cold, windy winter afternoon turned into a near 3-hour heated standoff that began with a domestic dispute between a father and his 2 sons on Whippoorwill Drive in Bostic on Thursday afternoon. The suspect involved in the standoff sustained a gunshot wound as dozens of law enforcement officers from Rutherford and surrounding areas responded to the call. Tony Brandon Lane, 36, resides at 202 Whippoorwill Drive, was taken into custody just before 6 p.m. He was treated for a gunshot wound as he was taken into custody at the scene. Lane was transported to Cleveland Regional Medical Center, where he was taken into surgery. After surgery, he was flown to Carolina's Medical Center in Charlotte. As the domestic call was dispatched across the police radios and scanners, officers immediately arrived on the scene. Officers and Rutherford County Emergency Medical Service personnel were wearing bulletproof vests as they were responding to one of the most dangerous emergency calls ever dispatched, that being domestic. It smacked of years ago when the police officers were shot down with a domestic call here in Rutherford County with the Hutchins case. But he did surrender. They did take him into custody. Officers, some equipped with assault weapons, sprinted to different locations near the residence and were fired upon by Lane, who had run from his home and was outside in a field. Negotiation attempts were unsuccessful and gunfire resumed again, and during the exchange, Lane was shot. Gunfire could be heard several hundred yards away as one family observed the events from their home on Mamie Hamilton Road. At approximately 5:15 p.m., the North Carolina State Highway Patrol's helicopter was flying overhead and began circling the area to provide an aerial view of the subject and to identify his movements. The helicopter used a laser to locate the suspect. A few minutes later, the Henderson County Sheriff's Department Bearcat ballistic engineered armor response counterattack truck, non-militarily armored vehicle, and Henderson County's SWAT team arrived on the scene with several heavily armed officers aboard. Evacuations of neighborhoods were being planned as if negotiations were unsuccessful. They would have been implemented. Lane surrendered just moments after the Bearcat and SWAT team made their way toward the residence. The surrender came at approximately 5:45 p.m. as the Rutherford County Sheriff's Emergency Response Team, that's the CERT team, along with Henderson County SWAT team, took him into custody. No officers were injured during that incident. Sheriff Francis expressed his thanks for the mutual aid and valuable assistance provided by the Sheriff's Office, by the North Carolina Highway Patrol, North Carolina State Bureau of Investigation, Henderson County Sheriff's Office, Rutherfordton Police Department, and Rutherford County Traffic Unit. So fortunately, no officers were shot in that case. Other news highlighting last year, of course, was the Party Rock fire that made headlines. Fires raged for days there and burned 7,171 acres. At the height of the blaze, 187 different fire departments from Rutherford County and across the state of North Carolina were on hand responding to the fire, along with dozens of departments from all over the area. Also, another big news story, Republicans swept the local races in 2016. Election Day 2016 belonged to the Republican Party with a few exceptions. The Republican Party swept all local races in the November election except for incumbent Democrat Eddie Holland, who defended his county commissioner seat against write-in candidate Christy Wenger, and incumbent Democrat John Mark Bennett, who ran unopposed in the race for his school board seat. Republican David Rogers defeated unaffiliated Ben Edwards in the race for North Carolina House of Representatives, District 112. Rogers was chosen to replace Mike Hager after Hager's resignation in August, 3 months, just 3 months. So in the race for the District 47 state Senate race, Republican incumbent Ralph Heiss defeated Democrat candidate Mary Jane Boyd. Republican Greg Lovelace was reelected, defeating Democrat Mark Ledford in the race for District 2 County Commissioner's race. And in the race for Rutherford County Register of Deeds, Republican Rachel Thomas defeated longtime incumbent Democrat Faye Husky. Republican newcomer Joey Brandel and Philip Morrow each won seats on the Rutherford County Board of Education, defeating Jackie Hampton and Richie Garland. Of course, incumbent Republican Patrick McHenry was also victorious, defeating Democrat Andy Millard. In this year's election, 30,225 out of 45,046 people, 67.10%, voted in Rutherford County. Republican Party Chair Ron Chapman said it felt wonderful for the Republicans to sweep the races, and they're proud of their work. Another big news story from 2016, 610 new jobs coming to Rutherford County with Everest Textile USA. They say the Taiwan-based maker of high-performance sports apparel will invest $18.5 million over the next 5 years at their site there in Forest City. That site being the former Haynes plant, or the General Fireproofing plant. That's the plant they're talking about. Everest currently has factories in Taiwan, China, and Thailand. Its Rutherford County plant will be its first outside Asia. The company plans to employ operators, supervisors, and an administrative team. Once fully operational, the facility will add nearly $15.8 million annual payroll impact to the local economy. Everett's arrival in Rutherford County will be facilitated in part by a job development investment grant approved by the state's Economic Investment Committee earlier. Under the terms of the company's JDIG, the company is eligible to receive just over $3 million in total reimbursement. So it's a big new job opportunity for folks in Rutherford County, and other jobs were announced as well, and more jobs are coming to our area. Just stand by, stand ready, and aiming. Another big news story was the announcing of the Crown Equestrian Center establishing the World Games, the world event coming to our own local area, which will be thousands and thousands and thousands of people arriving in Rutherford County, spending thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars during that big event coming up in 18. Congratulations to Jamie Short. He won the cake this morning. He's 23 years old, lives in Cliffside. We'll have that certificate here for him to come by and pick up. And we're being kind to Wayne and Elaine Harden. It's their 65th anniversary, and that was yesterday. Live in Sandy Mush. Marion pair has been busted for pot. Authorities said Friday they arrested a Marion pair and charged them with possessing drugs in a motel room. Detective Shane Vance of the McDowell County Sheriff's Office charged 28-year-old Tabitha Leanne Ledford of Marion with possession of a Schedule 4 controlled substance. He also charged 28-year-old Brandon Tyrell Wills, who was staying at the Sportsman Inn, with possession of marijuana and possession of drug paraphernalia. On Friday, December 2nd, Vance assisted probation officers with a search of Wills' room at the Sportsman Inn, where Ledford was also present. Wills is on probation, which subjects him to warrantless searches. Authorities located 4 grams of marijuana along with paraphernalia in the room and found 15 pain pills in Ledford possession. Ledford and Wills each received a $1,000 bond. Well, the Clemson Tigers downed Ohio State, and so they advanced to the CFP championship. Deshaun Watson ran for 2 touchdowns and threw another, and number 3 Clemson crushed number 2 Ohio State 31-0 Saturday night in the Fiesta Bowl to set up a rematch with Alabama for the college football playoff national championship. Tigers coach Dabo Swinney had sold his team on making this a redemptive trip to the desert by winning at the site where they lost to Alabama in the national title game last year. With that taken care of, Clemson 13-1 now gets another crack at the top-ranked Crimson Tide in Tampa, Florida, January the 9th. That's coming up next Monday night. The teams that started the season ranked numbers 1 and 2 will most certainly end it that way too. Freshman Cleland Farrell had a sack among his 3 tackles for loss, and Clemson allowed only 215 yards, 9 first downs. The Buckeyes were shut out for the first time since 1993 against Michigan, and Urban Meyer had one of his teams held scoreless for the first time in 194 games as a head coach. Watson made it 24-0 with 2.2 and 2 minutes 6 seconds left in the third quarter when he faked a pitch, cut through a hole and into the end zone for 7 yards. Good game there for Clemson. Congratulations. Carolina didn't do as well over the weekend. On Friday, Stanford beat them 25-23. Georgia Tech beat them Saturday 75-63. And the Buccaneers beat the Panthers yesterday 17-16. So it was not a good weekend for our teams. 18 past 8 o'clock. The Sheriff's Report coming up here in just a moment with Deputy Elliott reporting in. So we want to stand by for that. That's coming up. NASCAR's most popular driver is officially a married man now. Yep, Dale Earnhardt Jr. and Amy Riemann got married Saturday night on the final day of 2016. Jr. proposed to Riemann in June of 2015 during a NASCAR off weekend. The two had taken a trip with Earnhardt's family to Germany to look at the family's ancestry, and he proposed while the two were there in Germany. Jr. missed the second half of the 2016 season because of a concussion he sustained in June. He's set to return to the Cup Series in time for the Daytona 500 in February after being cleared by doctors to resume racing shortly after the season ended. So congratulations to Jr. North Carolina governor takes office minute into the new year. We have a new governor in North Carolina now by the name of Roy Cooper. He took his oath of office minutes after midnight Sunday morning, getting an early start on his duties amid bitter partisan politics in the state, but saying he believed there is a way forward. Joined by a small group of family, friends, and colleagues, the Democrat was sworn inside the old House chamber of the 1840 Capitol building nearly a week before his public inauguration. Cooper Aide has said the state's 75th governor wanted to get started on gubernatorial duties following a transition period shortened by the debate over the vote counting in his close race with outgoing Republican Governor Pat McCrory. As governor-elect, Cooper already began talking legislative Republicans to court over the laws passed during a December special session. A state Superior Court judge on Friday temporarily blocked a law that would scale back the control governors exert over statewide and county election boards. Cooper's attorney said more legal challenges are planned this coming week. Neither of the laws require Cooper's cabinet choices to be confirmed by legislators. The state constitution gives the Senate the ability to advise and consent to the governor's appointees by a majority vote, but that provision hadn't been used in at least several decades. With the GOP still holding veto-proof majorities in the legislature, Cooper's 5-minute address to the crowd of about 75 people and a television audience hit on themes of finding common ground. Cooper said he would aim to be a governor for the entire state. Cooper is a 30-year veteran of state politics, 14 years in the legislature before 16 as Attorney General, and claimed victory on election night, but it was another 4 weeks before McCrory conceded while dozens of ballot protests were considered and a partial recount was held in Durham County due to some irregularities. It is all over with. Cooper won by about 10,000 votes. Cooper has already begun ushering out stalwarts of the McCrory administration, sending pink slips, dismissing notices were given to in the past week to a few dozen McCrory political appointees. Turnover among those positions isn't uncommon. It's a common thing for the new governor to hand out pink slips to the former governor's people. But the swiftness of the dismissals carries extra weight in light of the recent legislature that limits Cooper's number of political appointees to 425. That's less than a third of the number McCrory was allowed to have. So we got a new governor, so we hope he will do a good job for the state of North Carolina, and we hope he'll concentrate on more for the state than just repealing that HB2 law. We hope there's more important subjects for him to deal with. 22 past 8 o'clock. Here now is Deputy Elliott with the Sheriff's Report.
In the last 48 hours, Sheriff's Office answered 132 calls, made 21 arrests, and we have 166 in jail this morning. For reports, Chelsea Matthews has reported misdemeanor larceny of an orange and black mongoose bicycle. That's from the Helens Lane area in Rutherford. Deputy Timothy Lowry reported found property. It's going to be a silver East Rutherford 2016 class ring, and it's got dusting on it. Angelique Parton reported larceny of a firearm, SIG P938, 9mm, black and silver in color handgun. And for arrest, have Donald Lee Searcy was charged with 1 count of failure to appear on a misdemeanor, had a $500 secured bond. Joseph Blevins was charged with 1 count of assault on a female. He's held on a domestic violence bond. Michael Dwayne Staley was charged with 1 count of failure to comply and 1 count of failure to appear on a misdemeanor. He had a $2,500 secured bond. Joseph Lee Connor was charged with 1 count of possession of stolen goods. Had a $500 secured bond. Ronald Brandon Green was charged with 1 count of failure to appear on a misdemeanor. He had a $500 secured bond. Kenneth Ray Thomas was charged with 1 count of misdemeanor probation violation. Had a $10,000 secured bond. Morgan Renee Condry was charged with 1 count of misdemeanor larceny. Had a written promise to appear. Christopher Eric Tony Jr. was charged with 1 count of misdemeanor failure to appear. Had a $500 secured bond. And Jessica Grace Moore was charged with 1 count of failure to appear on a misdemeanor and had a $1,000 bond. That's all we have for this morning.
Serving the foothills of western North Carolina for 50 years. We are AM 590, WCAB, Rutherfordton.
Just a closer walk, just a closer walk, just a closer walk. I am weak, but thou art
I'm Josh Zach. Down by a touchdown with 3:10 to play, the Carolina Hurricanes drove 74 yards and punched the ball in with 17 seconds to go. The extra point away from tying the game, and the Panthers opted for a 2-point conversion in the win. But Cam Newton did not connect with Greg Olsen on the play, and the Bucs snuck away with a 17-16 victory and their first winning campaign in 6 years. Ron Rivera and Cam Newton following the season finale loss.
A little disappointed. We had some opportunities, put some points on the board, and we didn't do it. At the end of the day, we all have jobs to do, and we got to do our jobs.
You know, everybody wants to point the finger, but I didn't play good football today. A lot of people didn't play good football today. Just got to focus on putting a better product on the field next year.
The Washington Redskins blew their chances at the postseason, losing 19-10 to the New York Giants, who had nothing to play for. The Redskins would have made the playoffs with a win as long as the Green Bay-Detroit game did not end in a tie. Quarterback Kirk Cousins says ending the season like this will make him work just that much harder during the offseason.
It's going to give me an edge.
The Packers beat the Detroit Lions and won the NFC North. The Lions qualify for the playoffs as a result of the Redskins' loss. Atlanta clinched a first-round bye. They beat New Orleans. In the AFC, New England clinched home field advantage throughout the playoffs and beating the Dolphins, who had the 6th seed in the conference. Kansas City overtook Oakland for the AFC West title by beating San Diego, while the Raiders lost to Denver. Black Monday started early in the NFL as the Chargers fired Mike McCoy after a second straight last-place finish. The Broncos today will formally announce Gary Kubiak's resignation. He told his players after the win over the Raiders that he's decided to step down. He was 24-11 in 2 years at the helm, winning Super Bowl 50 over Carolina last February. The 49ers, they've also got a job opening. Chip Kelly has hit the bricks, as well as GM Trent Baalke, following a 2-14 season, matching the Niners' worst record in team history. This is NCN Sports.
North Carolina's hospitals and health systems are investing in keeping our communities well. You can count on your hospital to be there when you're sick, but it's also providing wellness programs, free and low-cost health screenings, and education, all designed to help you live a healthier life. North Carolina hospitals and health systems are working to build a healthier tomorrow for all of us. Find out more at healthiertomorrownc.com. That's healthiertomorrownc.com. Brought to you by the North Carolina Hospital Association.
At Smithfield's Chicken and Barbecue, people ask us, what's the secret to your supremely good Southern fried chicken? It's no secret, it's Juicy Bird. What a great word, Juicy Bird. You know, sometimes I say it and it sounds absurd, Juicy Bird. Now, here it is, slurred, Juicy Bird. Say it without smiling, try it, and then taste it. And your mouth is going to smile too. Juicy Bird. Juicy Bird.
Break away from the everyday to Smithfield's Chicken and Barbecue.
New Year's Eve turned out to be a memorable night for one hockey player from the Carolina Hurricanes. As Eddie Lack was too ill to dress to back up Cam Ward in Tampa Bay, the Hurricanes signed their equipment manager, Jorge Alves, to a professional tryout contract to ride the pine behind Cam Ward Saturday in Tampa. Ward played the game, and with the result, a 3-1 loss all but decided, Canes head coach Bill Peters put Alves in for the final 7.6 seconds.
This is one of the coolest things I've ever seen. Now he is literally gone in the NHL books because he'll be part of the box score.
Alves did not face a shot, but Canes head coach Bill Peters knew that Alves would react if he had to.
No, if he would have had to, he would have made a save, but the opportunity arose and get him in, and I thought it was the right thing to do.
Carolina off tonight. They're back in action on home ice tomorrow versus the Devils. Josh Zach, NCN Sports.
Do you need some extra money in your pocket? Try Insurance Service Associates, your local independent agent. We can shop your auto and home insurance with several companies to get you better coverage and the best rate. Insurance Service Associates at 127 East Trade Street in Forest City for auto, home, or commercial insurance. More choices, better coverage, best rate. That's Insurance Service Associates, 245-5301.
Panthers closed out their season Sunday in Tampa. The Buccaneers will win 17-16. I'm Jim Zoki with a Panthers update after this.
Geico presents Great Calls in Sports History. With the game on the line, starting quarterback Bobby Klein called a last-second audible that resulted in a devastating sack, losing not only the game, but knocking Klein clean out of his lucky unwashed socks. That was a bad call. But he made a great call that day by switching to Geico to save money on car insurance. Score one for savings, but also score one for that blitzing linebacker. Geico, saving people money for over 75 years.
Panthers end their season the way they began it, with a close loss. This one at Tampa Bay, 17-16 on New Year's Day in Tampa. As the Bucks defense was strong, they intercept Cam Newton 3 times, 2 of those by Keith Tandy, and Brent Grimes with a pick 6 here in the third quarter.
7-3 Carolina, second down 7. Panthers, Cam Newton in the shotgun, short drop. Throws to the left, intercepted, could be a pick 6. Down the far sideline, 10-5. And a touchdown. Cam Newton telegraphed the throw. Brent Grimes jumped on it, took it to the house.
Buccaneers also got to Cam Newton for 3 quarterback sacks in the game. He would throw for 237 yards, 1 touchdown in addition to those 3 interceptions. His top receiver was Kelvin Benjamin. He had 6 catches for 93 yards, including this touchdown with 17 seconds to go.
Panthers out of timeouts. Have to get ready to go quickly. On first and goal from the 5. The throw, Benjamin, left side, complete for the touchdown.
That touchdown made it a 1-point game. The Panthers go for 2 points trying to win it in regulation, but unable to convert and then unable to get the onside kick as Tampa Bay escapes with the win after having beaten the Panthers on the last play in their earlier meeting back in October. Bucks finish their season 9-7. Carolina finishes at 6-10. I'm Jim Zoki on the Carolina Panthers Radio Network.
Do you need a legal consultation regarding wills, real estate closings, or Medicaid planning, or just legal representation? Contact attorneys Geraldine Willis, Kent Baldwin, or Martin Gerard at the Arledge Law Firm on East Court Street in Rutherfordton. With years of experience and expertise, Arledge Law Firm is your local professional law firm that really cares about their clients, and it shows. Whatever the situation you're facing, call 828-287-3338. Let this professional team go to work for you.
We had one across the street from DEI when I used to live there. We had a big old New Year's party.
I really do like New Year's. I think it's a great time that you can spend with friends and family and enjoy it together.
The worst New Year's I ever spent, my girlfriend broke up with me. I sat there with my mom.
It's amazing. Yep. That was a good New Year's.
Mark Caro and PRN's Garage Pass.
Have you written a book and want to get it published? Then call Page Publishing ASAP. We're looking for authors of all types of books. And unlike most publishers, Page Publishing will take the time to review each and every book submitted to us. And we'll give you our feedback. And if we like what we read, we will get your book into bookstores and for sale online at Amazon, the Apple iTunes Store, Barnes & Noble, and other outlets. We handle everything. Editing, cover design, copyright protection, printing, publicity, and distribution. So if you've written a novel, children's book, cookbook, inspirational work, poetry, or a biography and want to get it published, call Page Publishing now for your free author submission kit. Your road to fame and fortune could very well start with this simple phone call.
800-296-1294. 800-296-1294. Once again, that's 800-296-1294.
When it comes to New Year's Eve, drivers are always queried about their craziest or most memorable. So we decided to ask Carl Edwards if there was one he'd just as soon forget.
The worst New Year's I ever spent, my girlfriend broke up with me. I sat there with my mom at New Year's, and I was like 16, and it was the worst ever. And this girl just destroyed me. She's really nice, but that night she was not nice. So she ended up with my best friend, which is terrible. Like, I still think about that every New Year. I know it's terrible to say.
Casey Kane.
To me, it's always about the group of people I'm with. You know, New Year's, I've had some very quiet New Year's Eves. One year I was in Vail, Colorado with Bill Elliott and his family. We had dinner. We were racing four-wheelers out on their frozen over pond, and me and Bill and Chase was like 4 feet tall or something at the time. You know, we were racing out there all night, like through New Year's, and probably didn't even realize it was ever, January 1st. That was a great New Year's for me. Other ones we went wild with friends and partied all night and enjoyed those as well. So I think it's all about who you're with and between family and friends and just how you go about celebrating it.
My sister thought it'd be a good idea for me to have a waiver for people to sign.
Dale Earnhardt Jr.
The next morning there were 600 names on it. We had an awesome party. We had it in this shop, and it was about an inch of beer on the floor the next day. Just stuck. You'd walk out your shoes when you'd walk across there. But yeah, those were the days. Too old for that now.
Now things are going to be a little tamer this year. Junior's getting married, so we want to wish him and Amy, his wife-to-be, the very best.
Want an easy way to help take care of your vehicle? Since 1936, Z-Max Micro Lubricant has been the one product working to fight against carbon buildup in your engine and fuel system. Z-Max literally soaks into metal where it breaks up harmful carbon deposits, helping improve performance and extend engine life and reduce emissions. Use it in your new or used vehicle. Z-Max is an easy application station you can pour yourself into your fuel and oil. Get Z-Max today at zmax.com or visit your local auto parts store. Also available for firearms.
As we talked about yesterday, Clint Boyer's New Year's Eve parties have been known to be pretty wild. And he was asked which was the most epic.
Craziest thing I've done on New Year's? My son. This is a pretty crazy night. 9 months later. It's amazing. Yep. That was a good New Year's.
From all of us at PRN, we want to wish you a happy new year, and we hope you have a great 2017.
Mark Garrow and PRN's Garage.
If you've always wanted a truck, go to Sisk Family Ford and get the hottest selling truck on the market today. Sisk Family Ford is one of the best new and used car dealers between Asheville, Spartanburg, and Charlotte. They carry new Ford cars, new Ford trucks, SUVs. In addition to their vast inventory, Sisk Family Ford is a one-stop dealer for Ford service, Ford parts, Ford accessories, including Ford maintenance plans and warranties. Compare the rates and service and see for yourself. Sisk Family Ford, their goal is simple. They want to be the best Ford dealer in North Carolina. Come see them today. You'll be glad you did. Sisk Family Ford, 565 Oak Street, Forest City.
We'll finish the weekend cloudy and cool today with rain and rain showers likely, especially morning to midday. Highs about 51 to 57. Plenty of clouds tonight after a lull. Rain and rain showers increasing again. Lows in the mid-40s to low 50s. Looks like we'll have mostly cloudy skies Tuesday. Warmer tomorrow with rain and rain showers and maybe a gusty thunderstorm. Those rain chances decreasing after midday with highs in the upper 50s to mid-60s. I'm meteorologist Mike Moss in the Weather Center.
We are a few steps away from our high expected today, which is 54. We now are at 46, and we're getting rain again here in the foothills. It stopped a moment ago, I thought. Just a little drizzle. Now it's raining again, and we have rain with us in the forecast all day, 100%, and new precipitation amounts from 1/4 to 1/2 an inch possible. Then tonight, a 90% chance of rain continuing, and tomorrow morning we should get some more than it stops. Partly cloudy for the afternoon and tomorrow evening, with tomorrow night's low around 46. On Saturday of this week, partly cloudy, highs around 39 with the wind chill value as low as 25. And Saturday night, partly cloudy, lows around 21. So that's the kind of weekend weather. Sunday is partly cloudy, highs around 39. Wind chill value as low as 21. Northwest wind to 5 miles per hour, gusting to 10 miles per hour. That wind is the factor that makes us all say, brrr, it's going to be cold this weekend. So we get that a lot of wind out here, and we had some the other day too, didn't we?
Good morning, everybody. Time to get up and greet the world with a smile. And remember, the harder you work each day, the more pain you'll feel each night. Have a nice day.
Serving the foothills of western North Carolina for 50 years. We are AM 590, WCAB, Rutherford.
Thank you very much. Well, if you're making New Year's resolutions, here's some ways to stick with it, and you should stick with them if they're approvable. Thing to do is those of you who like to make them realistic, make them something that you really can obtain. If you make a New Year's resolution and say, this year I'm going to make $1 million, well, that's probably not realistic, but you can certainly work toward that. Here's a Media General has come up with some making New Year's resolutions and sticking to it easier, and they've offering some suggestions. A lifestyle change cannot happen overnight, and experts say psychology plays an important role in an individual's ability to remain firm in their annual commitments. Getting your brain in the right mindset may take time and practice as well. We live in a negative society. Folks say, oh, you can't do that, or you're not worth anything. We get rid of those negative connotations in our mind and start planting those seeds of success in our minds. Start planting those seeds of I can do it in our mind, and get rid of those, well, you're never going to amount to anything. Get that out of the mind. Don't ever plant those kind of seeds in your children's, grandkids' mind. Don't ever tell them you're not going to make it. You're not smart. You're too dumb to do that. Never plant those kind of seeds in the kid's mind. Plant seeds of realistic optimism, something that you know they're capable and can do. I had a fellow tell me one time he was had just spent some time in prison for I think it held up somebody, and he had to prison. And he was talking with me about that. He said, growing up, my daddy always told me that I was never going to amount to anything. He said, son, one of these days you gonna end up in prison. You ain't worth nothing. And he said, sure enough, I ended up in prison. So those powers of suggestion can have a lot of validity in a young person's mind. If you tell them they're not worth anything, or tell them they're dumb and stupid, they grow up believing it. I believe that with all my heart. All right, here's what Media General is saying. Take one goal. Goal setting can be exciting, but the path to achieving it can be arduous. If you try to accomplish too much too fast, you will only get frustrated and give up pretty easily. Set one goal and create many milestones that document your progress. This way you can be encouraged during the journey and you're taking steps in the right direction. Resolutions can sometimes appear far-reaching when an individual cannot pinpoint actual growth toward their goal. You get discouraged, such as losing weight. I want to lose 30 pounds. Well, we count that in points of 1 pound or 2 pounds a week or 3 pounds a week instead of a goal down the road. Anyways, probably losing weight is probably one of the worst things, the most difficult things we can do. But resolutions can appear far-reaching when we cannot pinpoint actual growth toward that goal. So write down your goal and place it somewhere you will see it every day as a constant reminder. Studies show people who write down their goals, simple power of writing down your goals, are more likely to accomplish them. Viewing a goal on a regular basis can reignite intensity and motivate you to reach the finished goal. Second thing they suggest is practice makes perfect. Willpower, or a strong determination that allows you to do something difficult, is not a fixed characteristic. Through practice, willpower can be strengthened. In an experiment conducted at the University of Albany, 10 ways to make your New Year's resolution stick, 122 smokers were asked to practice self-control more frequently than 2 weeks, either by avoiding sweets or squeezing on a grip strengthener for as long as possible twice daily. The 27% that was consistent with their exercises were able to successfully quit smoking. In comparison, only 12% of participants who were not assigned an exercise managed to kick the habit. Next thing they suggest is be thankful. Your outlook on life can positively or negatively impact your well-being. Recognizing and being appreciative for certain aspects of or people in your life can also boost mental and physical health. In a study conducted by Dr. Paul J. Millis, he's professor of family medicine and public health at the University of California, San Diego, the gratitude improved the moods of patients with asthmatic heart failure, and in turn enhanced the quality of sleep and decreased fatigue. Stress can exacerbate existing problems, making it important for people to take care of themselves and maintain a positive and realistic attitude. A healthy, well-rested person is better able to cope with stress and setbacks. Healthy, well-rested person and positive attitude helps deal with stress and setbacks. Another thing this Media General suggests is develop a support group. Share your goal with family and friends. 2 heads are better than 1, so they say, provided you're getting positive support, and your loved ones can offer encouragement and feedback you need to succeed in your goal. Your plan to accomplish your resolution may need some tweaking. Their knowledge can provide a richer perspective. Know someone that you trust and have confidence in, and share your resolution, share your goal with them, and somebody that indeed can give you some constructive help and encouragement along the way. Friends and family will be the first to notice changes in your lifestyle and can often offer words of affirmation because of that accomplishment. So there's some suggestions given by some folks who've studied those kinds of things. Media General is writing those and give you some hints. And indeed, accurately is the idea of positive thinking. Realistic positive thinking can be a great asset to your mental health, your physical health, as well as other success in your mind. So don't think yourself in a negative tone. Years ago, one of the first principles of how to win friends and influence people with Dale Carnegie training was don't criticize, condemn, and complain. That was number one in dealing with people. Don't criticize them, condemn, or complain. But it also can reflect back on us individual when we condemn ourselves, criticize ourselves, complain about ourselves, that we are doing the same kind of thing, negatively implanting that we're never going to do any better. So don't criticize, condemn, and complain about yourself particularly, and those close to you. We hurt other people that we love very carefully often because we're quick to condemn them, quick to criticize them without offering any affirmation. So, well, just thought I don't know why I brought that up altogether. I just felt like first day of, actually the second day now of New Year's, it'd be good to get some positive reinforcement to help us along the way. It does help to have somebody to help us, encourage us, and affirm us, and give us some constructive criticism that we might take and go with and make our goals reachable. I thought this was a great story. An elderly couple celebrates first date again. This happened in Fort Wayne, Indiana. An elderly couple isn't letting health problems stop them from having a date. 83-year-old Orville and 86-year-old Ellen have been married for 36 years. They both were married once already. They lived in the same apartment complex when they met outside watching a fire that was happening across the way. But then they got distracted. There was a good-looking blonde over there, Orville said, but he didn't know I was wearing a wig, Ellen joked. After that, Orville tried a handful of times to catch Ellen so he could ask her out. He wasn't having any luck, so he left a rose at her door. That would become the first of many. Ellen said, I got a rose every week until he got sick and couldn't bring me one. So fast forward to today. They've ended up at Heritage Park. Orville won Residence of the Month, and with that comes what they call a Dream Through the Hospice Heart to Heart Foundation. He lives in the group area, and Ellen is in a garden home down the street. Orville's dream was to leave his room for the day and go down to his wife's room. Then they'd recreate their first date. They had a nice plant in the window. Oh, I remember those, Ellen said. Orville said the only sweat he had was if he had enough money to cover the bill. They remember having steak at Don Hall's gas house. Orville thought it was strange Ellen ordered cottage cheese and put sugar on it. She still has her cottage cheese with sugar now. They have a loving marriage, even though deteriorating health and a tough battle with Parkinson's disease. She said, I just wish I could put it into words. You put it into action with all those things, good things that you've done for me, Orville said. Ellen responded with, well, I wish I could do more. I wish I could take care of you. But for today, they just put those worries aside and enjoyed their first date. Isn't that sweet? 8:47 here on WCAB's Morning Wake Up Call. My name's Bishop. Jim Bishop.
Whoa, Dad! Our internet's really fast!
Actually, it's really crazy super fast. We switched to Northland.
Northland? Yes! Now I can download movies really crazy super fast.
How about doing homework really crazy super fast?
How about search videos really crazy super fast?
Clean your room really crazy super fast.
Stream music really crazy super fast? Come on!
Take out the trash really crazy super fast.
Fine.
Get really crazy super fast internet for yourself. Switch to Northland. And now you can get our internet and TV double play bundle for just $79.99 a month. That's internet that's 8 times faster than ordinary DSL and the most popular TV channels in HD for the best price of the year. To sign up, call 1-888-NORTHLAND or visit getnorthland.com/switch today. Northland. Reliable, local broadband. Limited time offer. Additional restrictions and conditions apply. Actual speeds may vary. All rates net of taxes and fees. Not available in all areas. See getnorthland.com/offers for full details.
Hey, this is Courtney with Smith Truck Gift Shop in downtown Forest City. I'm excited to tell you about our new digital photo center. You can choose from digital enlargements or prints, collage prints, photo calendars, photo posters, photo cards, passports, and you now have the ability to add borders or text to your prints. You can print from your cell phone, iPad, tablet, USB, CDs, DVDs, or camera cards. Come visit us and check out our new photo center. Whether you're waiting on a prescription, shopping in the gift shop, or eating in the fountain, or getting a flu shot, we hope to see you soon.
Well, emotionally drinking politics, foreign conflicts, and shooting in homes took a toll on Americans in 2016, but we entered 2017 on an optimistic note, which is good. according to a new poll that found that a majority believes things are going to get better for the country this year. Look at the key findings of the Associated Press Times Square Alliance poll. Americans weren't thrilled with 2016, many of them. Only 18% said things for the country got better. 33% said things got worse. 47% said it was unchanged from 2015. On a personal level, they were optimistic about 2017. 55% said they believe things will be better for them in 2017. That's a 12-point improvement from a year earlier. Americans interviewed about the poll's results expressed some of that optimism. People will have more jobs and they'll have more money to spend. According to Marima Tambora, a Harlem resident who works for the New York Car Service. I'm hoping 2017 will be better, said Elizabeth Flynn, 62, an elementary school teacher. You've got to be optimistic, and I'm going to try. Democrats are more likely than Republicans to say 2016 was worse for the country than 2015. I guess that would be the case. And Republicans were especially likely to feel that 2017 will be even better for them personally. University of Miami Professor Benjamin Alslop said he needed only 3 words to explain why 2016 felt worse for him. He said Trump, Trump, Trump. That's University of Miami professor. Robert Greenstone, a New York commercial real estate broker, said the political discourse leading up to Republican Donald Trump's election as president played havoc with people's emotions. The amount of disinformation made people suspect of everything and everyone, even their neighbor, he said. The U.S. elections top America's list of 10 top news events in 2016. 3/4 call the presidential election and Trump's victory very or extremely important. 63% ranked mass shootings and bombings in Orlando, Florida, and in Belgium, Turkey, Pakistan, and France as personally important news stories. 51% said they found news stories about the deaths of people at the hands of police officers or news about ambush attacks on police in 3 states to be among the year's most important news event. Fourth on the list are 43% who described the spread of the Zika virus as important. The 3 events described by the largest percentage of Americans as not too important are the death of Muhammad Ali, 50%, approval of recreational marijuana use in 4 states, and the death of Fidel Castro. Majority of Americans, including 7 in 10 Midwesterners, called November's World Series win for the Chicago Cubs to end their 108-year drought memorable. Of 9 other pop cultural items tested, 2 were called memorable by about half of Americans. That's the death of Prince, David Bowie, and Leonard Cohen, and the Olympic victories of the U.S. women's gymnastics team. The 2 least notable events for Americans of the 10 choices in the poll were the Angelina Jolie-Brad Pitt divorce filing and the Pokemon Go app game phenomenon, each described by most as forgettable. You know, I just in the national media forget a lot of that celebrity stuff and who's breaking up with who and who's married who or who slept with who and who did this and that and the other. That to me, that's boring news, but some people love it, I guess. About half of the people polled in December said they plan to celebrate the New Year at home. About 2 in 10 plan to go out to a friend's or family member's home, and 1 in 10 to a bar or restaurant. About a quarter didn't plan to celebrate at all. About 6 in 10 said they'd tune in to watch the Times Square ball fall. Did you watch the ball fall? Any of you? I actually stayed up and watched that this year. First time in many years was I able to do that. Of course, I got to catch up on my sleep Saturday morning and didn't have to get up quite as early on Sunday morning. We had a late service. So I stayed up and watched it for the first time in a long time, and I was able to compare some of the coverage, and boy, it's no wonder. I understand now why CNN is on the bottom of the barrel when it comes to their news anchor. Anderson Cooper and his girl, their co-host, couldn't do anything but kiss on one another and make sexual jokes. And Don Lemon, who is Lemon, I guess it is, who is a primetime anchor on CNN, got drunk on the show and bragged about it. And they were bragging about him getting drunk. And he went out and had his ear pierced on TV. It's no wonder people like that. People are tired of watching them on CNN. Have a wonderful first day of the week, folks. Happy New Year, everybody. I'll see you tomorrow.
WCAB News. I'm Mike Riley. Forensic teams continue their work inside the nightclub in Istanbul, where 39 people were killed and nearly 70 others injured barely an hour into 2017 by gunmen who remains a target of an international manhunt. More from CBS's Jonathan Vigliotti.
Surveillance video shows him exchanging fire with police outside on the street, bullets ricocheting off a car. A camera then captures him shooting his way into the club, killing a police officer and a civilian. Inside, he reportedly shot anyone in his path. Some clubgoers initially thought the shots were fireworks until people started dropping to the ground.
Roy Cooper's replacement as Attorney General has been sworn in. Josh Stein took the oath of office 12 hours after Cooper on Sunday was sworn in as governor. Stein says he expects a good relationship with the General Assembly.
I look forward to working with them. I served in the legislature, as you know, for 4 terms in the state Senate, and so I know on a personal level the leaders of the legislature.
The new Congress will be sworn into office tomorrow, and among the first items on the agenda is a Senate Armed Services Committee hearing into Russian hacking. CBS News political contributor Mark Leibowitz says he doubts there will be any lessening of support, at least on Capitol Hill, for sanctions against Russia.
What we're going to